Good morning. I'm back on the trail. I'm actually walking. It's a shared trail. It's the Appalachian Trail, as well as what is called the Creeper Trail. It's a trail they ride with bikes often. But I'm soloing once again. I left High Speed in town there in Damascus. He was wanting to stay until noon at least to possibly get a haircut. The Baptist church in town was giving free haircuts, as stated, and so he was going to stay in town, get that done. I told him I was just going to hike on, and hopefully I'm planning on hiking at least 15 miles today to what's called Lost Mountain Shelter, camping there. However, when I get there, if I still have plenty of daylight and plenty of energy, I will hike another 3 miles and do 18 today. And so, like I said before in other videos, I'm wanting to start picking up my pace and start hiking about 18-20 miles, but I don't want to push it too much. I don't want to hurt myself, but I feel real good. Had a day of rest yesterday. Got a resupply on my Zero, and cleaned my clothes, took a shower, did all that good stuff, and so I had a good breakfast. I ended up going to the grocery store yesterday and picked up a lot of vegetables and fruits, and I'm packing out. As you can see on top of my pack, I don't know if you can see or not, I'm packing out a Subway sandwich. That's going to be my lunch or dinner today. So, but it's going to be a good day. I think it's going to be mostly uphill once I get off the Creeper Trail, and even maybe part of the Creeper Trail is a little bit of an incline, but hopefully nothing too extreme. So with that said, I'm going to keep hiking on, and I will talk to you soon from the trail. Well, it's the end of the day. I'm just probably 0.1 miles from the shelter. It's been a good day, hard day. It's been uphill pretty much the whole way, other than the a couple times that the Appalachian Trail shared with the Virginia Creeper Trail. In that case, it was a paved trail, but like I said, it's been a good day. Ate my Subway sandwich for lunch, and so that was a good lunch. I'm looking forward to dinner. When I get to the shelter, I packed out a salad, plus I'll have something else along with the salad, because I am very hungry right now. But I had a good time in Damascus. It was a nice little town, but I was ready to leave. I was ready to get back on trail and start hitting the miles again. Just slowly chipping away, making my way up to Maine. So I met some people that I hadn't seen in several weeks. POTUS and Happy Hour and several others. A little group that's been hiking together. I hiked with them for part of the time through the Smokies and then a little bit after, but I lost contact with them right before, I guess it was right after, not before, but right after Hot Springs. But they're going to be staying at this shelter as well, so I'll get to talk to them and catch up with them and find out how their hike has been going. But I'm just going to relax. I have my new shoes on, and so far the shoes are doing well. However, my backpack, I must not be adjusted right because it is hurting my shoulders. So I want to make sure I get that adjusted before tomorrow. That way I'm not in a lot of pain tomorrow. But with that said, with the extra weight, it always hangs on my back pretty heavy, but hopefully I can make it more comfortable. So, but I'm almost to camp. I smell fire, so somebody's got a fire going, and so it should be just right around this corner. And so I'm gonna get my tent set up and get something to eat and go to bed. So have a good night. Good morning from the trail. It's about 9 o'clock or so. Been on the trail for about an hour. I've hiked about 2 miles uphill, but it's a good morning. It rained all night. Just was raining a little bit ago. It just stopped. I just took off my rain gear minus the umbrella. It's dripping off the trees, so I thought I'd keep that up for a little bit. But I had to take my rain gear off. I was burning up. But it's a good day. I'm going to be hiking through Grayson Highlands later this afternoon. Grayson Highlands is an area known for its wild ponies. And so hoping to be able to see some wild ponies today. And then I plan on camping at the only shelter at the northern end of Grayson Highlands. You're only allowed to camp at the shelter, and so I plan on heading there for the night. It's about 17 miles from where I started, from the shelter I started this morning. So looking forward for a good long day. I'm hoping that it will start leveling out soon, especially once I get into the highland area. There'll be open fields and meadows. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that. But like I said, it's not raining at the moment, so I'm doing good. I'm stepping downhill at the moment, and so we are going to have a good day. So with that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Well, I made it to camp. It's been a really rough day. I didn't make it the 17 miles or so that I was planning. Ended up only going 11 today. It rained off and on all day. The trail was muddy. It was rocky. I was climbing Mount Rogers all day, so it was uphill. At one point I slipped and jarred my knee, and so that really hurt, and thankfully I think I'm okay. It didn't I don't think there's any long-term damage, but it did hurt, and I limped for a little bit, but my feet are sore. Other than that, I'm good. I'm at camp. High Speed caught up with me. He just got here, got to camp. There's a shelter that I'm actually going to be sleeping in, a shelter for the first time in a while. However, there's not very many people in there, and I'm the only one on the second floor. So I'm hoping that will keep me well, being kind of away from everybody upstairs. So, but it is windy, it is cold. I haven't gone through Grayson Highlands yet. That will be just coming up in the morning. And so I'll be cutting through there in the morning. Also at point 9, first thing in the morning, I will be passing my 500-mile mark. So I'm looking forward to that, to have 500 miles behind me on the Appalachian Trail. And so I just finished eating dinner, and I'm going to make up my bed and get on some warm, dry clothes because my feet are still wet from all the water today, and I'm just gonna relax. And so with that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Morning. It's about 9 o'clock. Got on trail a little bit late, just left the shelter. It was cold last night. Got down below freezing. Of course, it rained all day yesterday, and then all last night. It was windy. Woke up this morning, and I don't know if you can tell by looking at the screen, but it's snowing. And so it doesn't look like it's enough to accumulate. However, it is cold and it is coming down. And so I am in Grayson Highlands at the moment. Just passed through the gate, and for the next several miles, it looks like, probably most of the day I should say, it looks like it's mostly downhill. So I'm hoping it'll be a lot easier than yesterday. Yesterday was a rough day, but I'm optimistic. I look forward to seeing some wild ponies, hopefully, shortly. They should be anywhere in this section. And so, but it's gonna be a good day. Once I get out of, I'm in around some trees right now, but I've been walking in an open field on the mountaintops on a bald. And so I'll be back in that, I'm sure, in a moment. But hopefully, once I get through Grayson Highlands, I'll get some trees and it'll block me from the wind. But I think today's high, somebody said it's supposed to get up to 50, around 50 or so, low 50s. So that's not bad. And so I got my puffy on right now to try to keep warm. And so far it's doing the job. I'm not cold, at least not too bad. But it's gonna be a good day. Plan on hiking approximately, 16 miles or so. To the next shelter, or a couple shelters up, I guess. But I may push more, especially if it's all downhill. And so try to get some miles in, especially since I didn't get to hit all the miles I wanted to yesterday. But with that said, I'm gonna get off here, enjoy my hike, and I will talk to you soon from the trail. 500 miles. Woo! Well, I made it to the shelter. It's hurricane shelter. So I'm all set up, ready for a good night. It's been a long day. Not too many uphills, but the weather's been pretty extreme. I guess maybe coming to a shelter called Hurricane might have set the day. But anyway, just here, just met some hikers, both section hikers and through hikers that I hadn't met yet. So we're gonna have just a quiet night. We were talking just a moment ago. I'm going to, I just got done eating. I'm about ready to put my bear bag in the bear locker. And so there are bear lockers in this part of Virginia. And so that's always appreciative. So I'm gonna just turn in a few minutes. I saw one pony coming through the Grayson Highlands, but there were amazing views. However, it's been hailing or sleeting, as it is right now on me, most of the day. Plus the wind has been pretty hectic at times, especially when I was above tree line. But with that said, I'm just gonna take it easy, enjoy the night, and get up early and start all over again. That's it. I'll talk to you soon. Good night. Good morning from the AT. It is Tuesday. I am hiking down the mountain at the moment. Just left hurricane shelter. It was a hurricane last night. Not literally, but it was very windy. I slept pretty good though, even with all the wind. Woke up in the middle of the night, woke up everybody else yelling. I was startled. There was a tree branch that fell and landed on the roof. And so on the roof of the shelter. So thankfully I was in the shelter last night. I was planning on staying in my tent, but I saw so many dead trees in the area, and the Park Service had posted a bunch of signs warning people about falling limbs, and that's exactly what we got last night. So thankfully I was in the shelter and the tree limb fell on the roof and not my tent. So but I met some awesome people. I met another YouTuber last night. Her name was Dragonfly, and you know, got to talking with her, and she's pretty much doing the same thing that I'm doing, posting weekly videos of her hike, and people at home are following along, friends and family and so on. So you know, she was a very nice woman. But got to meet some other people on trail, or at the shelter I should say, and they were all pretty nice. They even, you know, allowed room for this weary old hiker to sleep in the shelter when I got there, because it was pretty full when I arrived, but they all scooted over and made me a spot, so I appreciate that much. But today it's supposed to be, you know, pretty windy, a lot like yesterday. Hopefully there's no snow or hail or sleet, I guess I should say. There may be some rain later this afternoon, so I'm hoping the rain will hold off until I get to camp. But we'll see. The next shelter is about 9 miles, and so I'm gonna probably take my lunch there and then push on from there. And then the following shelter, though, is 19 miles from where I'm at now. And so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to push 19 miles to the partnership shelter, I think it's called, but I'm gonna do my best. If not, I'm gonna probably camp somewhere right before they're at the 15-mile mark. It seems like right now my body is telling me 15 miles is all it's wanting to do. But like I've been saying, I'm hoping to push that number up shortly to 18 to 20 miles. So 19 miles would fall into that goal number of miles, but I don't know if I'm there yet. So I'll let you know. I'll keep you informed on how that goes. But at the moment, I feel good. My feet feel good. I've been rocking these new Ultra Lone Peak 6s. I switched out. I used to have some, it was Hoka Speed Goat 4s is what they were. And I ended up putting over 500 miles on those because I had about 100 miles on them whenever I started. And they say they'll last about 500 miles, and that's about how long they lasted me. So now I got a new pair of shoes, and they've been doing okay. They're a little bit different. These are what they call zero drop, and so there's not as much cushion as the other ones. So I was kind of worried about that. They would hurt my feet, but so far they've been okay. Yesterday my feet were hurting pretty bad, but I think that was because I was wearing Injinji toe socks, and I don't mind wearing those socks at night, but for some reason the last couple times I've wore them hiking, they just bother my feet. So I think I'm gonna just keep those for nighttime and then wear my darn tough wool socks during the day to hike in. So but right now it's a good day. A little windy, but not too bad. I got my puffy on again, and so just to shield me from the wind. But it is I'm just gonna rock this trail and enjoy the sights. So with that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Well, it's about 6 o'clock. It's been a long day. I've been hiking all day. I've taken a couple breaks. I took a break at lunch. I took a break a little bit ago. Just been trying to slowly eat some things to keep me going. The trail here in Virginia, I've learned, is really rocky in a lot of parts. And so not a big fan of rocks. But it's been a decent day, has not rained. The wind has been moderate, the wind. And so I am almost to the shelter, and I have hiked 19 miles. So I set a record. And so before then, I think the closest I had, or the longest I had, was 18. So 19 miles. And I did get rumor on trail that this shelter, because it is so close to the road, that you can order a pizza and have it delivered. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, though. A pizza does sound really good right now, but it's 6 o'clock, and I'm not sure how long the pizza place stays open, and how long, if they are open, how long they deliver. And so, but I'll see when I get to camp. Like I said, I'm almost there, and so I probably got 0.3 miles or so to go before I get there. So I'm looking forward to getting to camp, relaxing, because my feet hurt. It's been a long day. These new shoes, I think I'm gonna buy some insoles and try that and see if it helps out. They seem to be okay for the most part. However, I have had some pain in my feet that I did not have with my last pair of shoes. And so I'm gonna try to get some super feet, they're called, and put those in my shoes and see if that will help, if that does, if that will keep them from hurting as much. So they're always gonna hurt a little bit, but it seems like they hurt more now than they did before. So I'm just gonna get something to eat, a pizza or something I have already, relax, take it easy, catch up on my journaling, hopefully before it gets dark, and go to sleep. So with that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Yay! Good morning. It's about 8:30. I'm on the trail. Left Partnership Shelter a little bit ago next to the visitor center. I was going to stop in the visitor center, but they didn't open till 8:30. I didn't want to wait around for a half hour, so I'm on the trail. Got a short day today, just going to be doing approximately 11 miles or so. Going to a hostel, and so this evening, so I'm going to be able to shower and clean clothes, hopefully resupply. I'll be exiting the Mount Rogers Wilderness today, and so that's exciting to know I have that chapter behind me. But I'm hiking with High Speed this morning. We're back together. He caught up with me, and then he took off, and then I caught up with him. So it's been a good evening. I got some pizza last night, and so it was very good. It was like a 28-inch pizza, and they ordered 3 of them. It's the biggest pizza I've ever seen, and so it was good. At least I thought it was good. And but we had a lot of pizza. I actually am packing out some pizza for breakfast in a little bit, so we're gonna stop up here shortly and just have our breakfast and fuel up and get ready for a good day of hiking. It's kind of cloudy right now, but I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not, so I went ahead and put my rain jacket on at the moment. The wind's mild, so the wind's not too bad, but when we stop for breakfast, I'll probably take my rain jacket off because I'm getting hot. It definitely holds in a lot of heat. Even with pit zips, it still holds in a lot of heat, but it's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a short day. Should be done hiking early afternoon, if not around noon or so. But it's it's just gonna enjoy the rest of the time I have here at Mount Rogers Wilderness. Have a good day. Well, we made it to the Long Neck Lair Alpaca Farm. Here we are in the bunkhouse, staying the evening. I got showered and washing clothes at the moment. Waiting on to get a shuttle ride shortly into town. We're gonna do a resupply and then find something good to eat. And so I've been here for a few hours now, a couple hours. It is a fantastic hostel. I think it's going to be a good stay, but there is alpacas just right outside. They look funny because they just got shaved yesterday, and so they remind me of a long neck lion because all they have left is the fur around their head. But it's going to be a good place to stay. Looking forward to getting some rest tonight in a bed, and we're going to take a Nero, so meaning we're gonna hike out tomorrow, but we'll probably hike out a little later than normal. So with that said, we're just gonna enjoy ourselves here, and I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Good morning from Atkins, Virginia. We are on the trail. I know it doesn't look like the trail, but we are heading to the trail along the highway, about ready to pass underneath the interstate. But had a good evening last night. Stayed at the Long Neck Lair Alpaca Farm. It was wonderful. So far, it was my favorite hostel. Got to wake up this morning hearing a rooster crow. Headed out and helped feed the alpacas. And so they are an amazing creature, amazing animal. And so we're having a good time. We're getting a late start. It's about 9:30 or so, a little after. We stopped by the gas station real quick just to grab a couple things, and we are heading, as I stated, heading to the trailhead. So High Speed is in front of me, and so it's going to be a good day, probably a shorter day. I'm looking to hike approximately 14-15 miles maybe today. So I think that's pretty good for taking a late start. But it's sunny. There's a little bit of a breeze, but nothing too bad, nothing too cold. I think the skies are supposed to be clear today. Not any rain in the forecast, so I'm looking forward to that. It's supposed to be getting warmer. I was just talking to somebody a little bit ago, and they said it's supposed to, the next few days it's supposed to get hot. So it's going to be a very big change in weather. But we're just going to keep trucking on and keep making our way to Maine. So with that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Quarter of the way done. Looks like we have trail magic.
He looked forward to hiking the trail from the time he first heard about it. Decades.
And was it?
Well, it's the end of the day. It's been a wonderful day. Even though there's a lot of climbs today, the weather is beautiful. It's perfect weather, not too hot, not too cold. Got some trail magic today. That was a great stop just a little bit ago. It was a lady whose late husband had passed away. She was doing it in memory of him. His trail name was Weary Pilgrim. He had hiked the trail in 1999, and so every year she comes out to the trail, her and a friend, and they do trail magic in honor of her late husband. So I thought that was sweet, and that was a neat thing to do. Had some soda and some little blocks of cheese, as well as a banana and all kinds of goodies. And so I am almost to camp, just probably another mile or so. I should be reaching camp, maybe less than that. But High Speed, he's ahead of me a little bit. I let him go so I can do some videoing. But it's, like I said, it's been a good day. Got some gorgeous views. Saw a lot of flowers, a lot of wildflowers out. Spring is here, even though it didn't seem like it these last few days with all the rain and sleet and wind and all of that. But today is much different. Today is beautiful. So I look forward to getting to camp, kicking off my shoes, and relaxing a little bit. My feet have been doing a lot better today. I put in some new insoles yesterday when I went and resupplied in town. While I was staying at the hostel, I purchased some insoles and switched them. And at the moment, my feet are doing a lot better than they were before. They were hurting me excruciatingly, but right now they're doing good. A little sore just for it to be because it's at the end of the day. However, that's going to be expected. Can't get away from the pain completely. But it's been a good day, and it's going to be a good night. The weather's supposed to be decent this evening, and tomorrow the sun will shine once again. So with all of that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Cold water. Fresh. Leaves of 3, let them be. Good afternoon. I've been on trail for a little bit, for several hours. Been climbing pretty much all morning. High Speed and I. We stopped by a pond, as you can see behind me. Just had lunch, about ready to get some water, refill on water. But it is a beautiful day. The weather is fantastic. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. However, I do hear that we're going to get some warmer days coming up. But it's been a good day. We had a way to cross a stream or a creek. The bridge was out this morning, and so we did that right after breakfast. And so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't that deep. It was just up to my shins. But the water, I can tell you, was cold. But we're got about another 1.8 to get to the top of the mountain. And then it'll be downhill and just following the ridge line the rest of the day till we get to camp. We're doing 16 miles today. We're gonna camp in our tents this evening, and hopefully after today, I hit a couple 18s. So wish us luck. With that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Well, it's the end of the day. It is about 7 o'clock. It's been a long day. We had a big uphill today, And then for the last 4 or 5 miles, I've been following a ridge line that is full of rocks. So it's taken us a little longer, or at least me. High speed is ahead just a little bit. He's probably arrived at camp at the moment. But I got about 0.4 more miles to go. And so almost a half mile more before I get to camp. But it's been a decent day weather-wise. The sun's been shining, hasn't been too hot. Had some amazing views today, and so tomorrow is going to be a bigger day, so I plan on hopefully getting up a lot earlier than I did this morning. This morning I had trouble getting up. I just wanted to lay there. I was comfortable, so nice and warm, but I'm going to try to get up a little bit earlier, hit the trail earlier, and do a lot more miles tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. With that said, I'm gonna just get to camp, set up my tent, eat something good to eat, and then go to sleep. So I will talk to you later. Have a good evening.